Hey there, English learners. Welcome to English in Flow, the podcast that makes learning English fun, inspiring, and totally doable. I'm Emily, your host for today, and I'm so thrilled to dive into a topic that can change your life and your English learning journey. We're talking about the power of positive thinking. This mindset can help you feel happier, reduce stress, and even make learning English easier. And I'm not alone. I've got an amazing guest with me. Say hi, Michael.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael, and I'm super excited to be here with Emily. Positive thinking has been a game changer for me, especially when I was learning English. I can't wait to share some tips and stories to help you all shine. Let's get started.
Wow, Michael, I love your enthusiasm. Today, we're exploring how positive thinking can transform your life, improve your health, and boost your English skills. We'll share practical tips, personal stories, and some fun vocabulary to help you talk about positivity in English. Plus, we've got a challenge for you to try, and a free PDF with all our tips in the description. So, grab a cozy spot, and let's dive into the power of positive thinking. Ready, Michael?
Absolutely, Emily. Let's spread some positivity and help our listeners grow. Where should we start?
Let's start with the basics. What exactly is positive thinking? I know some people think it's just about being happy all the time, but it's deeper than that, right?
You're so right. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about focusing on the good things in life, even when things get tough, and finding solutions instead of dwelling on what's wrong. It's like choosing to see the bright side, while still being realistic.
I love that way of looking at it. So, it's about shifting your perspective. Can you give an example to help our listeners understand?
Of course. Let's say you're practicing English, and you mess up a sentence, like you say, "I go store," instead of "I went to the store." A negative thought might be, "I'm so bad at English, I'll never get it." But with positive thinking, you'd say, "That's okay. I made a mistake, and I'm learning. Next time, I'll say it better."
That's such a great example. It reminds me of when I was learning English. I used to get so stressed about speaking, thinking, what if I sound silly? But then I started telling myself, it's fine, I'm improving every day. It really helped me relax and keep practicing. Why do you think positive thinking is so powerful?
It's powerful because it changes how you feel, think, and act. When you think positively, you're less stressed, more confident, and better at solving problems. And here's the best part. It's amazing for your health. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that positive thinking can lower stress, boost your immune system, and even help you live longer.
That's incredible. So, it's not just about feeling good. It actually makes your body healthier. How does that happen?
When you think positively, your body produces less of the stress hormone cortisol. That means better sleep, a stronger immune system, and a healthier heart. The American Psychological Association found that positive people are 13% less likely to have heart disease. They also have lower blood pressure and healthier hearts. It's like a superpower for your mind and body.
Wow, that's so motivating. I bet our listeners are thinking, I want that superpower. Let's talk about how they can start developing a positive mindset. What's a good first step?
One of the best ways is to practice gratitude. Take a few minutes each day to think about things you're thankful for. It could be as simple as a sunny day, a kind friend, or even a new English word you learned. Writing them down in a gratitude journal really helps you focus on the good stuff. For example, if you're feeling nervous about English, you might write, "I'm grateful I learned how to say hello today."
I love that idea. It's like training your brain to notice the bright side. I tried it last week. I wrote, "I'm grateful for my morning coffee and a quiet moment to practice English." It made me smile all day. What's another way to build positivity?
Another great tip is positive self-talk. Instead of saying negative things like, "I can't do this," Switch to something encouraging like, "I'm doing my best, and I'll get better." It's like being your own cheerleader. For English learners, you might say, "I'm not perfect, but I'm improving with every word I speak."
That's so true. I used to think, I'll never sound fluent. But then I started saying, I'm getting closer every day. It made me feel so much more confident. I'd love to hear a story. How has positive thinking helped you in your life?
Funny you ask. A few months ago, I was really stressed about a big presentation at work. I had to present in English, and I was so nervous I'd mess up. I kept thinking, what if I forget my words? But then I started practicing positive self-talk. I told myself, I've prepared well, and I'll do my best. On the day of the presentation, I felt calmer, and it went way better than I expected. Positive thinking gave me the confidence I needed.
That's so inspiring. I have a story too. When I was learning English, I used to feel discouraged because I couldn't understand movies without subtitles. I'd think, I'll never get this. But then I started focusing on small wins. Like, I understood one sentence today. That positivity kept me going, and now I can watch whole scenes without subtitles. It's amazing what a little positive thinking can do.
It really is, and it's not just about English. It helps with everything. Let's share a few more ways to practice positive thinking, especially when things get tough. What's one tip you'd give?
When things get hard, I like to see challenges as opportunities to learn. If I make a mistake in English, I think, what can I learn from this? Instead of, I failed. For example, if I forget a word, I look it up and practice it later. It turns a problem into a chance to grow. What's your tip?
I'd say take a break when you feel overwhelmed. Step away, do something you love, like listening to music or going for a walk, and then come back with a fresh mindset. For English learners, you might say, I'll take a break and try again tomorrow. It keeps you motivated without burning out. Want to add one more?
Sure. I'd say share positivity with others. If you're feeling down about your English, cheer up a friend or classmate, like saying, "You're doing great." It'll lift your mood too. It's like positivity is contagious. Speaking of sharing, let's do a vocabulary spotlight to help our listeners talk about positive thinking. Want to start?
Let's do it. Here are 5 words they can use. First up, gratitude. It means feeling thankful for something. For example, I feel gratitude for my family's support. You can use it to talk about what you appreciate in life.
Great one. Next is our encouraging. It means giving support or motivation. Like, my teacher's encouraging words helped me try again. It's perfect for describing positive people. What's the third word?
The third word is motivated. It means feeling eager to do something. For example, I feel motivated to practice English after this podcast. It's a great way to talk about your energy. What's your next word?
I'll go with, cheer up. It means to make someone feel happier, like a kind word can cheer up a friend. It's useful for talking about spreading positivity. What's our last word?
Let's end with focus. It means to pay attention to something, like I focus on the good things in my day. It's key for positive thinking. Listeners, try using these words in your sentences, like I feel gratitude for my friends. It's a great way to practice speaking.
I love that suggestion. Let's give them a challenge to use these words and practice their English. What do you have in mind?
Here's the challenge. This week, write down 3 things you're grateful for each day in English, using at least 2 of our spotlight words, like, I feel gratitude for my encouraging teacher. Then, share one of your sentences in the comments below. It's a fun way to practice and spread positivity. What do you think?
Perfect. I'd add, don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect. Just try. Like, I focus on cheering up my friends. Listeners, we can't wait to read your sentences in the comments. Okay, let's talk about how positive thinking can help with English learning specifically. Why is it so useful?
It's useful because it builds confidence. If you think positively, like, I can learn this word, instead of, I'll never get it, you're more likely to keep practicing. And the more you practice, the better you get. It's like a cycle of success. What's your take?
I agree. Positive thinking also reduces stress when you're learning. If you're not afraid of mistakes, you'll speak more, listen better, and enjoy the process. I remember feeling so nervous about speaking English, but telling myself I'm doing great helped me relax and improve faster. Any other benefits?
It helps you set goals too. With a positive mindset, you can say, I'll learn 5 new words this week, and feel excited about it. It makes learning English feel like an adventure, not a chore. Speaking of goals, let's talk about how positive thinking can help with setting and achieving them. How does it work?
Positive thinking helps you set realistic goals and stay motivated to reach them. Instead of thinking, I'll never be fluent in English, you can break it down into small steps, like, I'll practice speaking for 10 minutes a day. Research from Psychology Today shows that visualizing success can make you more motivated. Imagine yourself speaking English confidently. It tricks your brain into believing you can do it.
That's so cool. I've tried visualization before. When I was preparing for an English test, I pictured myself answering questions easily, and it made me feel so much more prepared. What's another way positive thinking helps with goals?
It keeps you going when things get tough. If you hit a challenge, like struggling with English pronunciation, you can think, I'll keep practicing and I'll get better. A study from Harvard University shows that people who focus on progress, not perfection, are more likely to achieve their goals over time.
I love that focus on progress. It reminds me of a quote from Thomas Edison. I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work. He stayed positive, learned from his mistakes, and kept going. That's the kind of mindset we need for English learning. Let's talk about another important idea. What about toxic positivity? I've heard that being too positive can be a problem.
You're right. It's called toxic positivity. And it's when you force yourself to be positive all the time, even in really bad situations. For example, if you fail an English test and just say, everything's fine. Without addressing the problem, that's not helpful. It's like ignoring reality. Positive thinking should help you face challenges, not avoid them.
That makes sense. So, it's about balance. We need healthy positivity, like saying, I didn't do well on this test, but I'll study harder and try again. That way, you're being positive but also taking action. How can our listeners find that balance?
The key is to be honest with yourself. Acknowledge when things are hard. Like, I'm struggling with English listening. Then add a positive twist. But I can improve by practicing every day. It's about being realistic while staying hopeful. Another tip is to surround yourself with positive people who encourage you but also keep you grounded.
I love that. I have a friend who always cheers me up when I'm stressed about English, but she also gives me honest advice, like, you need to practice more listening. It helps me stay motivated without ignoring my challenges. Let's share a few more ways to stay positive in tough situations. What's one tip you'd give?
I'd say see challenges as chances to learn. If you make a mistake in English, don't think, I failed. Think, what can I learn from this? For example, if you forget a word, look it up and use it in a sentence later. It turns a problem into progress. What's your tip?
I'd say take time to reflect on your day. At night, think about what went well, like, I spoke English with a friend today, and what you can improve, like, I'll practice pronunciation tomorrow. It helps you focus on the good while planning for growth. Want to add one more?
Sure. Be kind to yourself and others. If you're feeling down about your English, cheer up a friend. like saying, "You're doing great." It'll lift your mood too. And when you're kind to yourself, like saying, "I'm proud of my effort," it keeps your positivity healthy. Let's do a quick recap of everything we've covered.
Sounds good. We explored the power of positive thinking, how it means focusing on the good while being realistic. It can improve your health, reduce stress, and help you learn English better. We shared tips like practicing gratitude, using positive self-talk, surrounding yourself with positive people, and balancing positivity to avoid toxic thinking. Just this: you have the power to think positively and change your life, one thought at a time. Keep practicing, stay kind to yourself, and watch how your English grows. Thanks for joining us today.
Couldn't agree more. All right, everyone, that's it for this episode. Stay positive, keep learning, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you soon.
Take care and keep flowing with English.